What is going on? Welcome to the AMC Livecast. This is my good friend Jason and Bruce, and we're here to entertain you folks. There,
Howdy, y'all.
that was my rehearsed speech.
Folks, now we're up to 29-cent words.
29-cent words, right? Exactly. Hey,
we're going to be up to those 50 centers before the night's over.
We're moving up, baby.
Inflation is a real thing, right? We got a show for y'all tonight, man. We're excited. We got Matthew Inman from MCV backstage. Now that he's got his computer stuff figured out, hopefully we'll be able to get him on here. But we've got a little bit of a hectic back in the green room back there. He was trying to get a router figured out, and he worked up a sweat. So we're super happy to get him on. Should be a good show, man. Matthew's a good friend, and we're excited about having him on. But so I guess we'll just jump right into it and do the shout outs.
Do the shout outs. Who's first?
Wait a minute. What? Who are you and who are you?
Oh, yeah, I guess we should introduce ourselves, right?
I'm Mike. I'm the scale model outlaw.
I'm Jason Klein from Klein Racing Design. No, I'm not.
I'm Bruce from anywhere.
That good looking. I'm not near that good looking. No, I'm the outlaw. He's the Klein.
No, I'm the eclectic world.
No, wait a minute. I thought I was the Klein.
See there? Well, we all know that the eclectic world guy is the most respected one in the room because that dude is the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be producer ever.
Mr.
We love
Bruce.
that. It's the truth. Well, yeah.
Hey, the boss is here. She's calling
the
us
boss lady
goofballs.
just called us goofballs.
Yep.
She's not wrong. I can't even argue with her. She's
party pooper. Party pooper.
Oh, I know what happened, why it got so strange. Billy Strange is in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Hey, I see the Chucksters here, too.
Hey,
Chuckster's here. Fred's here.
I got a great birthday present from Fred yesterday.
You got a big birthday present from Fred?
Yeah, nice. No, I said a great one. He sent me a picture of a special build he was working on. So spy shots, gotta love that.
Shots. Nice.
Thank you, Fred. So
that Fred's okay guy.
My hero's in the chat too. Did y'all see that?
Norm?
Jason
the other Jason.
Oh, I didn't see that.
There goes my hero.
What's up, Jason?
Drives in back.
Parnell, Gloria, Sam.
Sam's in there. Boston Buds, because some people smoke Bud and some people drink Bud.
Rick, Rick
Papa Z. All right. Well, like I said, back to do the shout outs, and we'll be able to get Matthew up here. Hopefully he went and got his glasses changed, got all his computer stuff figured out. Hey, Mark, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Really? Thanks, Tim.
No singing. Come on, Fred. I sing like a Kentucky bluebird that got shot.
No singing, please. Okay.
What's up, Don? Chat.
Okay, well, you guys ready for the
let's roll it.
Let's roll it.
Okay. So I don't remember who's first. Whoever it is, you're next.
I think it's you. Well, that's mine.
Yep.
That's my buddy Mackdaddy. That's Steve. Go over there, check out his channel. He's just a little bit over 100 subs. He's a really nice guy. He's got some really cool ideas and some cool builds. I've been really enjoying his channel. Do one thing better than me, though. Comment and hit the like button because I'm terrible about doing it. So go over there, check him out. Tell him the AMC show sent you.
Heck yeah, I have to check him out. I'm not familiar with him. It'd be cool to give him an extra sub and check him out, man.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I did.
Yeah.
And next will be
Bubba's Model Car Shop. That's my guy Bubba, man. He's been a good friend or good, I guess you call it fan. He comments on my stuff, and he's got some cool stuff going on over there. You can see in one of his pictures, he's using Scale Finishes paint, which is always a good thing. check out his small scale garage. It is really cool. He's got some dudes in there with some figures in there with sunglasses on. Really neat stuff, man. Love what he's doing. He's a great guy. He comments all the time on my stuff. So we want to give Bubba's Model Car Shop a big old thumbs up. You guys go check him out. Give him a like and a sub and tell him that the AMC Livecast sent you. Hey, yeah. Gloria, Rick, Billboard.
Cool. Everybody's in there saying sub. So thank you, everyone. Sub. And last but not least, that would be mine. And this is Steve over Southwestern and Michigan Modelers. New channel. I only got like 6 or 7 videos. So everybody giving some lovin's.
Yeah, I got
like, share, subscribes. Be kind in the comments because he's just learning. He's getting back into modeling after 15 years or so. So far, he's doing pretty good. And I like his logo because that's the logo for my school, South Knox Spartans.
Oh, nice.
Spartans.
Yeah. So I like his logo.
Yeah.
I like the picture above it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
everybody run over to all these people.
Awesome subs. I can't quite see what I can see the back end of that, but not completely. Is that a Volkswagen?
That's as much as you see of it. I'm sorry.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's what it is. Yeah. Hey, bud.
It's like some sort of race car or something, or maybe
it's a Formula One or something. It's a Formula car.
Yeah, let's check it out. That's cool.
Because I mean, right there is the side panel where the air drifts through the tires. So. It's a Formula car.
I guess if I want to know and he built the car, I should go watch his
show.
Right?
Yeah,
maybe he'll explain the whole thing of his channel and the drawing there.
I know. But anyway, stop by all these nice folks. Tell me AMC Livecast sent you. Yeah,
that was cool. So you say he's been out of the hobby for about 10 or 15 years. He's getting back into it. Is that not like Steve. The story for most people? Like you get out of it and you go make a life and then come back when you get a little bit older. I think
or you have kids and kids and they run your life.
Right.
Yeah, that would be 7 of them.
Right. No, I had one. I learned my lesson after that. I'm like, I'm done.
Done. We had 2, so that's enough.
That's it.
So anyway, on a better note, we are ready to get Mr. Matthew up here. If you guys know Matthew from MCV, Model Car Videos and Model Car Video Products. Matthew's an awesome 3D printer. And let's just cut to the chase and get him coming forward. Roll that beautiful bean footage, Bruce. And there he is, the myth, the man, the legend. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Matthew Inman from MCV Products. What's up, Matt?
Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me, and thanks for having patience a while ago. I didn't. Yeah.
That's all right.
We kind of touched on that a little bit with the chat and told them that you were having some interweb problems and kind of running around like a chicken with your head cut off, but we got it figured out, so that's all that matters, man. Matt, it's great to have you on, man.
Matthew figured it out. We didn't figure it out.
No, we just laughed and pointed. We just like, look, there he goes. Zoom, 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 zoom. Go, Speed Racer. We're glad to have you on, Matthew. It's been a long time coming. Schedules being what they are and everything going on the way it does. Sometimes it's a little difficult to nail it down, but man, welcome to the show. We're glad to have you. Excited about having you. And I guess we'll start off the way we do with everybody. You want to give us a little bit of history of, when you got started in the hobby, and then let that lead into what got you to MCV Products.
Yeah, so it's my story is cookie cutter, just like 99% of everybody did it for until I was an early teenager, quit. Things get in our lives like,
P's and D's.
Yeah. So and then picked it back up at about mid 30s, I guess, maybe late 30s, and decided I would start a YouTube channel. What a great idea. And the reason I did it, I was inspired, because I watched guys like Lucas C, HPI guy. Those were the things that really got me in it. And I thought I can do that. And then very shortly after I decided to do that, I found out that I didn't know anything about this hobby. and kind of ignorantly fell right into it. And because of the YouTube channel, it allowed me to grow because help sometimes. Sometimes their help can be a little abrasive, but yet it's still help. And yeah, I got back into it, and it did really well. And I've got a great community around me, and I've had so much fun. And the YouTube channel, because of MCV slowed down very, I would say, dramatically, but that's about to pick back up. And no, it's the YouTube thing has been a great thing. I'm glad I was dumb enough to try it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So just to bring up an inside joke, Fred Henry had a good comment there for you.
Yeah, right, Fred. I already knew that was a put on, Fred. I really knew who Big Daddy Ed Roth was. No, that was a funny time right there whenever I made them saying, who is this? And yeah, you learn. I'm telling you, you get tons of comments on those kind of things, but I know who he is now. So thank you, everybody.
To quote Mr. BG, it's like, yeah, the comments will correct you if you're wrong on something. That's for sure.
They don't mind at all. Yes, that's true.
No, they don't mind at all.
They freely give it to you.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. They do.
Well, you do a great job on your show coverage when you put that up on your channel as well. You do a good job with that.
Well, thank you, Jason. That's become more difficult as well, because now that we set up and vend at shows, I'm steady going back to the table, because my wife, she's a great, salesperson. She doesn't know one thing about what that stuff is. So, everybody has these questions. And so it kind of, it's taken a little bit more time, but yeah, the show coverages are always fun too. You get to get right up and close with all those cars. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then is it, you got your daughter helping with the printing side too, correct?
So my daughter, Ellie, my youngest daughter, she's 16. She predominantly does, and Ruthie is a full-time student. So she is, less able to go out there and help, but she does also. So they're both employed by me at the time. So it's great. And then Heather also is a big help in everything that goes on.
That's awesome. Keeping the family together and the same interests. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting into how MCV products got started. I have a good friend, Benny Johnson, that lives in Kansas City. I think he's in Kansas City. I think he's Kansas. Anyway, he's in Kansas City. He gifted me a 3D printer. I didn't know anything about printing and using 3D printed products. And I bought an Iceman Collections Ford Hemi. And that's really, I bought a Texas 3D truck and one in my my second USAC. Those were my only three times I'd ever even touched anything 3D printed. But Benny gifted me a 3D printer. And I got to give a big shout out to Benny, because if it hadn't have been for him, I would have still been just watching people, more than likely just watching people, print things. And I wouldn't have been in that. And it got me hooked. It's not only fun, it's a hobby all in itself.
Yep.
And fast forward, I've got 28 printers now. Not that I use all 28, but I don't have the room for them. But when I do it an expansion, I'll have upwards of 28 printers going at the time. We used 16. I counted them. I thought it was 15, but I counted today. It was 16. So we're running 16 printers all the time right now, and it still can be difficult to keep up. But that's how I got started. I got started selling ProTech, and I thought, well, if I can sell, I built a website and I was selling ProTech products. I said, well, I've got this printer. I'll try to print a few things. Well, I tried and I started, and it just took off. And I said, well, I need a second printer and I need a third printer. And then here we are today, and it's done really well. And I can't thank the community enough for supporting a small business, and it's so good. And I can't be more thankful to everybody for that.
Yeah, got a whole print farm now.
Right.
It seems like I'm because it's 3D printing doesn't seem like much work, but when you have 16 spitting out prints regularly, there's a lot of work that goes into that. So yeah, it's I enjoy it. It's you get to be in the hobby still by doing that. So that's like, man, you couldn't ask for anything. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So do you personally work with any of the designers one-on-one then, or?
I don't have any one-on-one like, hey, can you design this for me? So far, I've just been using designers that will allow me to work with them. I do have one particularly, though, that I haven't used him yet. He's opened up the door to do some designs for me. So that's a good thing. I don't have a designer that does anything specifically for me. They may if I ask, but not yet.
Nice. That's nice.
Well, I recently found out in your video from the Roanoke show that you have black box, and as soon as I did, you got the text message. I've been chasing some of that black box stuff for a while, man. I'm like, I got this stuff here. I'm like, you're my new best friend.
Yeah. Black Box is one of the guys that allows me to work with him, and yeah, he's got some pretty stuff, things like that, which time is a restraint for sure on doing big projects like that, because it's not a simple task. But I'm trying to free my time up and to be able to do things like that, larger projects, and get back in here at the bench more often.
Good.
Got a lot of people in the chat talking about how they've bought your stuff, used your stuff. Of course, Fred Henry and Jason also use your stuff. I can't count how many times we've had Fred on the Sunday show, and I listen to him on Brian's live on Saturdays. And he's gonna have the MCV product sticker. He's gonna say something about MCV products. Reminds me of a guy that used to do that with Iceman.
Fred's a great supporter.
Fred's a good guy, man. Real good guy. Leon's in the house. What's happening, Leon?
Hey, Leon.
Hey, Leon. All the way in San Francisco, man.
Yep, we got them all in the house tonight. So I happen to know because you told me, but you did something today, and you are now, do you want to talk about what it is that this next evolution, or is that still yet to be determined?
There is a next evolution coming, but right now, I'll just keep everybody waiting and wondering.
Keep everybody waiting. There you go. Okay. We'll wait on that. I won't spill the beans.
Something good happened. Yeah, something good did happen. Though. So yeah, I didn't win the lottery, but something good did happen.
That's good.
Nice.
That's good. It's exciting, man. It's exciting. So, what are you working on?
Well, what I'm working on usually is cleaning those 3D printed parts. But as far as build, the last 300ZX that I was working on, I have the 36 Ford that I'm made a huge mistake in trying to do a Pro Street out of. That's going to be the next project that I get back on in the next few days. But like I say, building and things like that, because of the business, it slowed way down, and I got to feeling really guilty. Even told my wife, I said, you know, the channel is why I have started MCV products, and actually being deprived because of that. I said, I actually feel bad because, you know, that's really the core of who I am on know me of is through my channel, and I want to get that going again and get it going stronger than ever.
Nice.
Yeah, well, as supporters of MCV, both the YouTube channel and the products, we understand. I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but pretty sure most everybody gets it. You know, you're getting that product out. You got a full-time job, and you were doing this as your side gig. So I'm pretty sure everybody understands. So, but yeah, I mean, I love this MCV stuff. This new labeling that you got is I say it's new. You've been doing it now for a little bit, but that labels are very helpful. Very cool.
Yeah, and it makes a huge difference at the shows. When just 1 year ago was our first vending show, it was Roanoke, and me and my son drove up, and I had tubs full of 3D printed stuff with numbers written on the bags. It couldn't have been more confusing because, I mean, you look at a bag full of 3D printed parts, you can't tell what it is. So having, you know, labels that have a picture of the product and things like that on it is so shows now with the display that we use, they see what they're going to get rather than having to try and decipher what the heck that thing may be. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got some of those old bags with the W30, E19. I got them pinned up over here. I got some of those old bags from back in the day, but the label definitely makes it a lot easier. You can look at it, and I'm sure it helps you with keeping up with inventory as well.
It does. It sure does. You can look up there, and again, we've restructured the way our this sounds too professional. Our shipping department is. So it looks a lot more professional than it did before, with a bunch of slide doors with, I think there's a W7 in there, you know, now it looks a lot more professional. So it's made the business much more proficient. So
cool.
It's going good. I mean, it takes time to grow. It takes time to learn things. And that's exactly what's happening here is I'm growing. We're growing as a family, learning how to run a small business.
Sure.
It's
There's always going to be that learning curve and growing pains, but
yeah.
Real quick, Bruce brought it up a second ago, but that was a good question. Does MCV Products take money orders?
Yes, if I'll take a check or a money order, but you have to check with me first to make sure. You need to email me like a list of what you want, because if it's a Detail Master or Gopher Racing product and they run out, then I get your money order or check or whatever. That might not be in stock at that time. Now all the 3D printed stuff will be in stock, because if it's not, I just go make more. But yeah, I do have some customers that send me checks and money orders as well. Yep, sure do. Just have to email me.
And then Bruce has got one up there now. It's a pretty good one. What type of printers do you use?
So I use Elegoo. I started with an Anycubic, which BJ gifted me, and then I was able to purchase an Elegoo, and I just stuck with one brand. Then I have 4 different series of Elegoo, but yeah, that's what I use. And I use Anycubic resin, so I like the Anycubic resin, and I use the Elegoo printer.
Nice.
And Tim Kolankowicz just said that MCV Products takes wooden nickels. I did not know that. I'm going out to the wood shop this afternoon. As soon as we get down here, I'm printing.
I got some back here.
Wooden nickels.
I'm gonna turn them on the lathe.
If you send enough wooden nickels, I might. Yeah.
Enough to heat the house.
What's that? Like that? Beep, 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 beep. The truck's backing up. Dad, there's a whole truckload of wooden nickels out here.
Yeah, bring me a truckload, Tim. We'll make a trade. Yeah, sure.
Hey, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Oh, King Bob's in there too.
Yep, got King Bob in there. Chat's rolling along tonight, man.
So, how old were you when you built your first model, Matt?
I have this weird anomaly. I can't remember ever going to a store and buying a kit. I must have built 50 as a kid, maybe more. I can never buying a kit. I can remember building the first kit, which was an SR-71 Blackbird. I couldn't tell you how old I was. My mom may be able to tell you, but I was probably around there. But yeah, I have a memory block for some reason. I have all the I hear stories all the time with people saying, I can remember going to the stores and buying a Johan and seeing these on the shelves. I don't remember ever buying a model kit. It's so weird that that memory is just gone. But I do remember building, the models. Well, tidbits of memories here and there, but I'm probably 10 years old, and it was a Blackbird. And I got one of those kits recently, and I'd like to do that again.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I don't know how much you pay attention on Facebook, and it was just in the chat here too. What's your favorite color spark plug wire?
Favorite spark plug wire? It's got to be yellow.
Yeah. There we go.
There you go. Everybody's happy.
Yellow rules. Yellow rules. That is funny. I think that started over on Lucas C's channel. I'm pretty sure it did. It started over there. That's some funny stuff.
Funny.
That's funny stuff.
It was in the chat there earlier.
Just to follow up on your earlier question about what had I been building recently. This it's not what I'm building, but just it's something really cool, and to be able to do that. I've been doing some secret testing for MCW paints. Ooh. And my guest is sent me some products to do some testing. He's doing something new, and I won't go any farther than that, but he's allowing me to do some testing for him. So that's pretty cool I've been supported by Hobby Nut Models for a long time now, and because of that, I was introduced to MCW paints, and then I've finally figured out how to use those things, and to have, the man who creates and the owner of that company to entrusted me to send me something to do. That was really cool. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it is really cool.
Sounds cool.
We need to talk. We need to talk back in the green room after the show. Oh, go ahead, Jason. Sorry.
Is that something you're going to sell on your site then, Matthew, in the future?
I would never sell MCW paints as long as I'm affiliated with Hobby Nut Models. That would just be I couldn't do that, but eventually possibly. But that would be something that MCW is going to introduce to his paint line very soon.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Cool.
Well, we need to have a chat back in the green room after the show. We've been talking about trying to get Mike on there, but we don't have a connection to get him in there. So I've made a call up there, but he wasn't there when I called. So maybe we can use our connection through you.
Aha. I might send him a message. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know.
I'd say more than that one helps a lot more. Yeah. If you've ever gotten a job somewhere, it's probably who you knew. Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. Now, talking about the builds that you do when you do have a chance, you are probably the most avid collector of the old style kit. Maybe not necessarily old kits themselves, but the old cars. I don't know that I know anybody that has the collection of older, like 30s and 20s and all them old kits. Whatever inspired you, or just think they're cool, or what's the?
Yeah, there's a fascination that I have with just the early automobile, and to think of my uncle. Just a side note, my uncle was an inventor. He's no longer around, but he was an inventor, and he had some really cool things. He told me one time, he says, you would not understand how difficult it is to try to build something that you don't have instructions for, or you've never seen built before. And to know that they made these cars when they had nothing else to go off of, it's just fascinating to me, the ingenuity that their minds. Now, us today in the modern time, we can't fathom that, because if we want to find out how to do something, we Google it or watch a YouTube video. Because they were it seems so smart. They were able to use their minds, and so that translates over to me, that fascination. I see these boxes with these cars in them that these such intelligent people were able to come up with, and I think it's just a fascinating time in automobile history.
Absolutely, I agree with you 100%. For them to be able to figure that out in their head, how to make it work, just think for something simple as a ring and pinion back in the day, right? How are you going to figure out how to do that and make that work, and the bearings that you need? I'm sure there was a lot of trial and error, but before we get too far into it, and so we don't forget,
30 minutes.
right about halftime here. We're about 30 minutes into it. We like to run our commercials. Now Josh from VGC Resins is one of our awesome sponsors, as well as Chris from Scale Speed Garage. So let's take a little break and run that awesome bean footage, Mr. Bruce.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We almost forgot.
Awesome.
Yes, Tim. It's definitely Beyonce. That's you hit the nail on the.
Only Tim. Yeah, only Tim.
Yeah.
Only Tim's right.
But yeah, them old cars really neat how they were able to just figure that up in their head. And the Harley Davidsons, the Ford. I mean, Ford got a lot of credit for a lot of stuff, but the Dodge brothers were built. Yeah, the Dodge brothers were building a lot of stuff for him, and then they broke off. So, I mean, he did take in not to chase too many rabbits, but he did, go to Chicago and saw those meat packing plants where the only thing that they didn't package was the squeal, and he figured out the assembly line thing. He did come up with that, but you're right. The guys that were doing the first, horseless carriages and with a little rudder, didn't have a steering wheel, had a rudder. That's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing stuff. But if you're not building those, what would you say would be your next favorite genre of builds?
Late 60s, early 70s muscle cars. Yeah. Well, you don't know, maybe my dad was a huge Ford guy, and he just ingrained in me that was it. Ford is it. And so when you grow up with your dad, so strong into one brand, 69, 70 Mustang is like got to be my favorite car probably there is if I had to pick a muscle car. And yeah, so that era, I love Mopars. I'm still not a huge Chevy guy. I don't have anything against any brand. I think they're all cool, but Mopar and Ford would be my two that I would probably go to and build the most often. Yeah.
Nice.
I can relate to that. I'm the same way. Anything pre 69, 70ish is all real cool stuff. Anyway, whether it be Chevy, Mopar, whatever, that was all pretty cool stuff. But I'm not a GM guy myself. But I tried to walk you in to talk about my favorite model of yours that you built, which is that Ford bootlegger that you built for the. That was a USAC build, right? For the 56 Ford.
Yeah. Can I grab it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, he's done some really clean builds over the years. Yeah. He really has. So
I've seen his little. I don't know what years they are, but them early cars. I've seen his builds on those too, and it's really amazing.
I liked his Roadrunner too.
That was a lot of fun.
That is just too cool, man. That is too cool.
I went way out of the box on that one too, and first, I'm a pro at procrastinating.
He's the pro of procrastinating.
Yeah, and I waited. Well, that build was prolonged because Michael Guest also asked me to build 4 cars that he could send to a model show in Germany, I believe it was.
I remember that.
So
yeah.
I built those. I had that, so that pushed my time frame back really far. And if it it was right at the deadline. I wish my dad could see something like that, because he died in 2017. My dad did. And I just moved back. We lived in Tennessee, just moved back. And I had a few builds into it strong. And I'd love for him to see something like that. But, it is what it is. But yeah, I think about him often. He got me into model car building. When he was a kid, he built them, and they had shows in the town that he lived in. And, as a kid walking the streets, you'd walk by a drugstore or something like that, and you'd see model kits in the windows.
I remember that.
That would be so cool.
I'm sure he's looking down on you, and he's probably proud as heck. So
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah, but yeah, that's it. That's my short story. It's not anything real exciting. But I don't know about you. I don't know about you three guys, but where I live, I have no one around me that builds any model kits that I know of. They sell them at Hobby Lobby, and apparently they keep stock at the shelves. But do you guys feel that way? Are you in this desert loneliness of there's no one around that does this, or do you have maybe a neighbor that does it?
For me, I'd have to go into the cities. There's some model clubs in the cities, and that's about an hour from me. So I'm just starting to find some of those fellows, and YouTube has done that, where then they see that I'm on YouTube, and then I started to put in there my location that I'm in Minnesota. So then I'll get some emails. Hey, we're in Minnesota. So I'm starting to meet those guys, but I don't know with work schedule and stuff that I'll get to do any of their functions, weekly functions like I would love to,
Yeah.
How about you, Mike?
Me, I'm blessed. I am absolutely blessed. Old Tom doesn't live that far from me. Sam, Chris, those guys are all relatively close. Sam from Sam's Model Mayhem, Chris from Chris House of Plastic, and I literally live 6 miles by the way the bird flies to Brad King Sparkles. Now, I mean, he's lives in the same town that I live in. So we haven't gone over there and hung out with him yet. I see him at the shows like I do everybody else, but to know that they're there and it's just a matter of trying to, get together. I've been kicking around the idea of doing like a monthly build thing for these local guys, right? Just to get them together. I say local. It's a little bit of travel time. Like I think Tom's like an hour and a half from me. Brad's real close. Chris and Sam, they're about an hour and a half from me. Trying to figure out what would make sense, whether we go to one person's house 1 month or however it works out. Some people don't necessarily like hosting or whatever, but trying to figure something like that out. But no, I'm definitely blessed between, we got Lewis in Jacksonville and Tom, and I'm lucky. Now there's 2 clubs here in town that I used to go to that they meet on Thursday nights, so that went away with the show, which was no problem. But they're kind of, I'm not picking on anybody, but they've been doing it for so long, and it's the same group of guys. They're just content to hang out once a month at the church or at one of the guys' house, and kind of show off what they did. They don't want to go out and do anything. They've been there, done that, and they're just kind of comfortable where they're at. So it's a conversation that Jason Hanscom and I were having because Jason brought it up on the show. And I encourage anybody else that's can do that, but is to maybe go to a car show, talk to the people behind the car show. In my case, it's the Cars and Coffee people. I'm talking to them about setting up tables and then setting the cars out. What one-to-one guy like Matthew or like Matt Lucas, he said on the podcast, what one-to-one car guy doesn't like model cars, right? They go hand in hand. So I'm going to try to use that platform to at least get out there and maybe get some like-minded people together and be able to do it that way. Kind of like one of those things, if you don't like what's going on around you, change it, make it better, do something different.
Yep, fix it.
Yeah, fix it.
How about you, Bruce? Anything in your area?
Well, I live in the middle of a wide spot in the road. There's some towns around me. We have a Hobby Lobby and an Ollie's, and they sell kits because when you go in there, you see them empty hose and things. But I've never met anyone around here that builds models other than my friend Steve, and he's hasn't done it in years, but he comes over and looks at my stuff. Well, I mean, other than that,
Well,
no. Sorry, I mean, no, I just don't have anybody.
Bruce, we need to just go stand in Hobby Lobby. Just stand in Hobby Lobby and wait. That's what we should do one day, Bruce.
Right.
I have been in there many, many times in that aisle for at least a half hour, 40 minutes, just gawking and oogling at things. Not a soul walks down that aisle.
Nobody.
It's weird.
Dude, you guys would be standing there for 15 minutes, and all of a sudden, here come the Hobby Lobby police. Excuse me, gentlemen, we're going to need you to move on. Right here,
that'd be that guy down there.
Who?
That Justin guy.
Right.
Justin guy. Justin.
Justin. Did you ever hear that story, Matthew?
I don't know.
We went on to the Scale Model Car podcast, and Mr. BG was like, "Okay, Justin, how you doing?" It's like, and Jason, he didn't say nothing. He was just being polite. His name is Jason. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." He felt bad. Of course, we had to pick on him. But now it's his alter ego, or his to steal one from Jason Hanscom. His street name is Just in Case.
Just in case. I'll come on your show just in case.
Just in case. But talking earlier, Matthew, about your setup, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I've seen your display at a couple different shows, Acme, and then here recently at JaxCon. That is a really nice setup you got, man. It looks really good. It's nice and laid out. You can really see what you got going on there. I commend you for that, man. It looks really good.
Well, thank you. It's taken a few shows to figure it out, but I think we're on the right track at least. Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be a project to fold all that up and pack all that stuff up, carry it to the next one. But more shows to go to, you get it figured up.
Yeah, and when the show says you can set up the night before, oh, it's so good because getting in there and the stress. I mean, you've already got all these other vendors that are setting up, and then we've got to take the whole aisle up because we're setting up a display. So yeah, if you can do it the night before, it works out. We were able to do that, so it saved a lot of stress. Yeah, and usually we've got somebody will volunteer to help us. My friend Hector, he helped us in Roanoke. My friend Bill down in Jacksonville helped us down there, which Bill's from North Carolina, but he was down in Jacksonville, so he helped us. So we usually get an extra hand or two that helps us.
Well, speaking of shows, are you contemplating, or is PamsCon on your schedule, or are you aware of it, or?
I'm not even clear the dates on PamsCon. My next show is going to be, if I pack it in the mail, will be NNL East, and then we'll go to Simpsonville, South Carolina in May, and then push off to July. We're going to go out to Houston, Texas to the Space City Shootout and try that. So we're going to hit the road and do some traveling. So yeah, I'd like to go to Detroit also, possibly in the fall.
Nice.
Have you been to the NNLE show before?
No, be the first time.
Me neither.
And you're going, right?
Jason, I'm trying, and I just got hit with another curveball, but I'm trying to go. I'm trying to figure it out. But I got a call from my mother the other day, and it looks like I'm going to be in Vermont for 2 weeks in December, or a week and a half in December. So it kind of cuts into my. I mean, I could go. It's just a financial thing, right? I only get one vacation, so I just like miss a week of work without no pay. They don't mind if I go, but the no pay part of it sucks.
Yeah.
So it might be that I don't make that show, but because of the basically it's a big Christmas party that we're having up there for the family, because that's where I was originally from, is up there in Vermont. So, but I already talked to Jason Hanscom. I'll be going over and hanging out with him for at least one day.
Hey, Dean.
Yeah, I did that. I had to go to my closest modeling buddy's house. It was 15,000 miles away, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It seems like that. When you drive all the way up there, it seems like 15,000.
Yeah. I drove from Vermont to his place, which is the next state over, right? And it's cutting through the mountains and going up, and it seemed like freaking 15,000 miles and it was just the next state over.
Yeah.
But, he definitely lives up there. But yeah, that's another thing that me, you, and Mr. BG have in common. We have been to the Blue Ox model shop. See there? Pop your collar. Pop your collar. We're
Mic drop.
Mic drop. That's it. I'm out. 15,000 miles away.
Yeah, I made a joke with Jason or Heather whenever we got there. I was like, it was 15,000 miles to get here. But I've got a couple of new things that, if you don't mind, just about
absolutely,
30
that's what we want you to.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I've been working on them. They're kind of difficult to print, but I've got 2 of them available on the website. But these, I think most people have probably already seen them. This one should be on the site in a day or so, maybe tomorrow. This has got the 3 Allisons.
That's a Gardner Stone tractor, is it not?
I don't know who he designed it after, but it's cool. I love the Allisons. And then I've got the 4 turbines. That one's on the website already.
Oh, so that is too cool.
Yeah, it's got
really nice.
I love the turbine track. I like to watch tractor, especially European tractor pull. And then I have one more, Bruce.
Oop,
I've got this one with the 5 Hemis.
Wow.
Holy cow!
That is super, super cool.
They're pretty cool, and obviously they're a kit. They don't print out like this. You know, they're in kit form. We're on there. The one with the Allisons will be on there. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get that one listed. So, and then more to come.
Cool.
There's a lot of other pulling trucks and mini tractors and things I want to start having. So yeah, those are pretty cool.
That is
so
cool.
Going to be a limited edition, limited quantities, or you can always run them?
No, I like, if I already got the file, why not keep printing them, man? Just print away. You know.
Nice.
I put the work in to get it laid out and to print right. I'm going to print the suckers. You know what I mean?
I agree. I totally agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There'll never be anything that's made out of resin on MCV products. I can promise you that. That's why I have all these darn printers. I'm going to print the stuff. I promise.
That's awesome. I like hearing that. Yeah.
That is too cool. Well, let me re-answer the question you asked earlier about NNL lease. No, I'm not going. Apparently, I'm buying 3 pulling tractors.
Well, I know a guy. Yeah, I know a guy.
Know a guy.
Yeah. Remember, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Okay.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
I was getting ready to say that.
Talking about
Fred's ordering it right now, probably.
I'm sorry, Chase. I didn't hear you.
I said Fred's probably ordering his right now.
Yeah, he's clicking. I can hear his keyboard now. But
yeah, that's cool. Those tractors turned out really nice.
Nice, man. That's gonna be really cool. And can't wait to see one done up. I mean, I know you've already got them put together, you know, without any paint, but with them done up, I bet they'd be even cooler.
Yeah.
Well, that's something that's definitely been missing in the modeling world, is pulling stuff, you know, trucks, tractors, all that, you know.
I believe it was Sluggo or somebody brought up the Orange Blossom Special type pulling trucks.
Yep.
I saw that comment pass by. I don't have that particular body, but they do have 2-wheel drive, like super modified style trucks, which you could obviously put whatever body you wanted. So the designer also has bare chassis where you could do your own body and everything. But they have them with bodies. They have monster trucks. They have all kinds of stuff. So there's a lot to come, and hopefully very soon.
That's awesome. Looking forward to seeing that.
That would be cool to have a chassis that you could put, you know, whatever body you wanted to put on it and build it from there and go, you know, that'd be pretty cool. It'd be really cool. Oh, man, that hour always seems to fly by, but what, you got anything new that you want to, besides the tractors, you got any more new stuff hiding underneath there? Any more new ideas coming down the line?
Well, I've gotten a lot of requests even before the 1/12 scale Camaro came out about having larger scale items, and I had to push back on those because, again, time restraints and things like that. But I'm trying. My time should be freed up a lot more here pretty quick. And, I get requests all the time for, can you? As a matter of fact, I answered a request today. Can you make the the Pro Street chassis tub that I offer in 1/12 or 1/8, which would be huge. But those are things that I'm also going to start pushing forward on, is upscaling things. I started with a set of 2 sets of wheels that will fit on the 1/12 scale Camaro, something that would not take any altering, but the widths are the same. So those are the only 2 things I have now on the larger scale. But there's things that I need to do, and the needs out there, I have to wait for questions, because I don't have the same I don't want the same things that everyone else wants. So I rely on these questions to really change the direction of what I'm doing. So yeah, those are very helpful.
I know that somebody sent you that 1/8 scale hot rod, and I texted you. I got the sister to it. It's the same thing. But I can only imagine how much resin even just one of the wheels would take, right? I mean, that's a lot of liquid going in there.
Yeah, well, you don't have to print them solid. You can hollow the wheels out. So when you hollow it out, it puts inner it's got a frame inside there, right? It's got its own frame, so it doesn't lose its support. So it has supports that in there, so you can print, like these pulling tractor tires are hollow, because it would take a gob. That's a South Georgia term, but a gob of a gob of resin.
Failure of prints because they get so heavy on the base plate too.
Yeah. You can only support so much, and if you start having large supports, then it's going to leave big divots when you pop them off. So yeah, the bigger pieces you can hollow them out.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. Like that whole doing that 3D printing, like you said it earlier when you started, that it's another hobby in itself, but the learning curve on that has got to be pretty intense, huh? Especially when you're starting to mass produce it and get it out there, and you want to give, because between yourself, VCG, and Iceman, I think you guys are the 3 best in the business for sure.
The 3 big ones, yeah.
3 big ones, yeah. I'm putting out a lot of really, really cool stuff, but that learning curve must be frustrating at times.
Yeah, I was talking to a coworker today, and we were talking about it, and all my machines have different personalities. So what will print one machine, although they're the same exact machine. And so I know those machines very, very intimately by now. And so I know which machine will do the best on which type of part. So it's kind of odd that I'm out here with these things more than my family sometimes, but I've built a relationship with these guys, and it's working out. Yeah, it's working out very well. They all have their personalities, and yes, there is a learning curve for sure. You have to learn that machine. What do you like and what do you not like?
Yeah.
I can hear it now when he walks into his room. Hey, Norm. Hey, Bob. Hey, Phil. Yeah. Hey, boss. I can hear it now.
That's funny.
That's so cool, man. But, so we talking about the shows earlier. That's the first place I ever met you face to face, was at JaxCon.
Yeah.
A year ago. Yeah, a year ago. I remember I was filming, and all of a sudden I heard this voice that I recognized. He was doing the same thing as me. He walks up behind me, and there's the outlaw. He's got the camera right in my face. So I'm like, I'm filming you, filming me. But Matthew's one of the many guys, and I'm going to go ahead and toot your horn a little bit for you, Matt. But Matthew's one of the many guys that I've been fortunate enough to meet, and what a nice guy, man. We hung out a little bit there at the first JaxCon, this most recently, but we spent some really cool time hanging out. What turned out to be his birthday in Acme all at the same time, and we had a really good time hanging out there, and got to meet your wife for the first time, and it was a really good time. And you guys get the opportunity to go to a show that Matthew's at. For one, check out his products for sure, because he's got some really cool stuff. And second, take a second to talk to Matthew. He's always makes time for everybody. I see him. I think that's why his wife gets a little frustrated sometimes, because he's a social butterfly, man. He's out talking to everybody, looking at kits, and doing all kinds of fun stuff.
And we got Matthew's website scrolling down there on the bottom, everybody. So go check that out.
Yeah, this
is like most fun. Of our viewers probably know who it is, but it's still go buy something. Go buy one of those tractors. I'll get me one.
Buy something.
Yeah, no, this has been a fun time. I appreciate you, and I'm sorry that it took so long for me to get it worked out. But I tell you what, if my wife if I robbed any more time from her, it wouldn't go so well. You know what I mean? You got to balance it, man. The skills are maxed out, and no, it worked out great today. So she has a friend that came down from South Carolina or Augusta, and they're in the house now having a good time, and yeah, it worked out great. So this has been a fun time.
But they're not.
We appreciate you coming on. We really do.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But before we get out of here, just one, like I said, we're scrolling the website on below. But where else can they find you, Matthew, besides the products channel? You got your YouTube channel. Tell them where they can find you.
Yeah. So believe it or not, MCV is just shortened model car videos to try to keep the two things close. So model car videos is my channel, and it's if I can take 30 seconds. When I started my YouTube channel, I think that's one of the most difficult things for people is like, what am I going to call this thing? And I wanted to be different. And it took me about 5 minutes to come up with a name because I thought, what would I search if I was looking for these? And I would search model car videos. I said, well, that sounds like I think that's really helped my channel, because if someone searches model car videos, that's what they want to see. Chances are I'm going to pop up first. So it's like, it wasn't very well thought through, but I did think about it, and the strategy has paid off, I believe. So yeah, my channel, model car videos, MCV product, model car product.
And you've been on the tube for quite some time now, right?
Yeah, January was 5 years. Yeah,
5 years. Okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's a long time to be doing it. That's a long time to be doing it for sure. I'm into my 3rd year now. So I guess
already. Wow.
Yeah, very beginning of my 3rd year.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to you too. I forgot that I had a channel anniversary in January. My world's been spinning so fast, but 5 years, it seems like a long time ago, but yet it doesn't seem like it's taken all that long. There's a weird contrast there.
And yeah, it's what do they call it? One of those. It's just weird. I know what you're saying though, because I remember saying I've only been on here for a few months. I've only been doing this for a few months, and now it's like 2 years and a few months. But
we'll see you later,
again, Matthew. I'm looking to see if anybody's got any last minute questions. Except for Don. Don doesn't have a question, but he's got a rather cool statement. It says, "Later, Tater, I'm off like a prom dress." Okay, bud.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
That's exactly right. Well, Matthew, I definitely want to say thank you, and I know that we appreciate you coming on. It's always good to hang out with you and have fun. Look forward to seeing you at the next show, and we'll again don't hang up or don't click off whenever the show goes off. We'll do some backstage talking too. But
all right, there's always one thing I would like to do if I'm ever on a 10 questions with Fred or anything like that, and it's if you hadn't gone to Hobby Nut Models already, go over and check out his great products, hobbynutmodels.com. I always love to do that. And I think everybody gets a good laugh, but not really. Go check out hobbynutmodels.com. Mark's been a great supporter.
Mark's a good guy.
Yeah, he is.
Mark is a good guy.
Yeah.
So check out Hobby Nut Models and MCV products.
Yeah, please do.
That's it. Awesome. And then, of course, the MCV video YouTube channel. Check them all out. And I know, like I said, we won't spill the beans, but Matthew's got some interesting information coming up, and we'll let him tell it when he's ready and probably create his own video. But you all stay tuned and listen for that, because it's pretty exciting. And I got the inside scoop, but I can't say nothing.
You better not.
All right, no. Threw the key away. Well, all right, we want to go ahead and sign off, fellas. Who wants to go first? I can go first this time. I seldom go first. I'll go first this time. I want to definitely thank Matthew again. I want to thank my co-host, Jason. And, of course, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, our awesome producer, Mr. Bruce. We appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you. In the chat, thank you guys for tuning in for another awesome week on the show. We look forward to seeing y'all next week, which, by the way, we have some more guests next week. We'll I'll save it and let Bruce tell you about it, because he's actually working that angle and making that happen for us. So I'll let him be the one to let everybody know who we got coming in next week. Who's next? Jason, you want to go next?
I'll go. I want to thank Matthew again for coming on. Thank you a lot. That's really cool to hear your story and, you know, learn some new stuff, some new products, especially the tractors. Those things are beautiful. Really cool. Can't wait to see them. And thanks to all the people in the chat. We had a really good night. And then thanks to everybody that has reached out to me in the last 2 days wishing me a happy birthday. It means a lot. I mean, wow. I didn't expect that yesterday. My phone was going crazy at work. I had to mute it because it was just beep, 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 beep. So thank you, everybody. So
absolutely. Well, man, happy birthday, my brother. I know I sent you the happy birthday via text, but happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
I did the same thing, but I still want to wish you happy birthday anyway.
Thank you.
I also want to echo what these guys just said. Thank you, Matthew, for coming on the show. Appreciate it. And I'd like to see what those tractors are going to look like when they're painted. Those are going to be sweet. I want to thank everyone in the chat that showed up. All the chats. It's just awesome.
Hang on, Fred.
Love each and every one of you guys. And for the special announcement, next week, we are going to have Savino JR models. Rick and Jim have graciously decided to grant us their presence.
Awesome.
To discuss about how they started the model business and they got a new YouTube channel now, show for Saturdays at 9 a.m. Central, which is 10 Eastern.
Yeah,
and if you want to know anything about NASCAR, just watch that show. Rick will tell you everything you need to know. He is full of information and a great guy to laugh at.
He is that, man.
This is going to be a great show, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be great, man. Looking forward to have Jim and Rick from JR Salvino's on, man. It's going to be awesome. Awesome. Well, all right, guys. As always, good night. Be safe. Be kind to each other. And there's your big old thumbs up with a peace out.
Thanks, guys.
Good night, all.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Red button time.